We have mapped the universe back to its very first light. We have weighed distant galaxies, timed the birth of stars, and traced the cosmos to within a fraction of a second of its beginning. And yet, for all of it, there are still things out there that make no sense. Not small gaps. Deep, stubborn mysteries that sit at the very center of modern science. Signals we cannot explain. Objects that break our rules. Forces we can measure but cannot see. And a crack running through the mathematics of the universe itself. These are 5 of the greatest unsolved mysteries in space. The ones scientists still cannot explain. And they get stranger as we count down. Because the last one suggests that something, somewhere in our understanding of reality, is simply wrong. Number 5. The signals from the deep. Somewhere out in the universe, roughly 1,000 times every single day, something releases a pulse of radio energy so powerful that, in a few thousandths of a second, it can outshine hundreds of millions of suns. We call them fast radio bursts. They last for milliseconds and then they vanish. Most appear only once, from random directions across the sky, never to repeat. They arrive from galaxies billions of light-years away, which means whatever creates them is almost unimaginably powerful. For years, we didn't even know if they were real or just a glitch in our telescopes. Then we found more, hundreds of them. Some do repeat, flickering in strange, rhythmic patterns. In a few rare cases, we've traced them back to their home galaxies, and even to a type of dead, hypermagnetized star called a magnetar. But that answer doesn't fit all of them. The truth is, after nearly 2 decades of searching, we still cannot fully explain what is sending these signals across the universe. And as you listen to this, 1,000 more are arriving. Number 4. The Visitor. In October of 2017, a telescope in Hawaii spotted something moving through our solar system far too fast to belong here. It had come from another star. It was the first confirmed interstellar object we had ever seen. A messenger from a different sun. We named it Oumuamua, a Hawaiian word meaning scout. We had only a few weeks to study it before it disappeared back into the dark. And in those few weeks, it did something no one expected. As it swung around the sun and began to leave, Oumuamua sped up. It accelerated, as if something were gently pushing it. But it had no visible tail of gas or dust like a comet should. It was strangely shaped, tumbling end over end, possibly long and thin, like nothing we had ever cataloged. Scientists proposed everything from a shard of frozen hydrogen to a fragment of a shattered world to controversially. Number 3. The Pull. Our galaxy is not sitting still. The Milky Way and everything inside it, the Sun, the Earth, and you, is being pulled through space at over 1 million miles per hour. And not in a random direction. Everything in our corner of the universe is being drawn toward a single region, hundreds of millions of light-years away. We call it the Great Attractor. Something out there, with the gravitational weight of tens of thousands of galaxies, is reeling us in. And here is the problem. We cannot see it. The Great Attractor sits directly behind the crowded, glowing core of our own galaxy, in a region we call the Zone of Avoidance. Hidden behind a wall of stars, gas, and dust. We can feel its pull with precision. We can map its effect on thousands of galaxies. But when we try to look straight at what is causing it, our own Milky Way blocks the view. We are being pulled towards something we still cannot see. Number 2. The Invisible Universe. Look at everything around you. Every star, every planet, every galaxy, every atom in your body. All of it, all the matter we can see and touch and detect, makes up just 5% of the universe. 5. The other 95% is completely invisible to us. About a quarter of it is something we call dark matter. We cannot see it, we cannot touch it, and it gives off no light. But it has mass, and it has gravity, and it is the invisible scaffolding holding every galaxy together. Without it, the galaxies would tear themselves apart, and then there is the rest, the largest part of all. Nearly 70% of the universe is a force we understand even less: dark energy. It behaves like a kind of anti-gravity, a pressure woven into empty space itself, pushing the universe apart, faster and faster, with every passing second. We gave both of them names. We built our entire map of the cosmos around them. But the honest truth is this: 95% of everything that exists is something we have never identified. We are strangers in our own universe. And number 1, the crack in the universe. This is the one that keeps cosmologists awake at night, because it suggests our best theory of the universe might be broken. There are 2 ways to measure how fast the universe is expanding. The first uses the ancient light left over from the Big Bang, the faint glow that fills all of space. The second measures nearby galaxies and the exploding stars within them in the universe as it is today. Both methods are precise. Both have been checked and rechecked and refined for years, including with the James Webb Space Telescope, and they do not agree. The gap with them refuses to close. It means one of 2 things. Either we are making the same subtle mistake twice in 2 completely different ways, or there is something missing from our understanding of the universe itself, a new force, a new kind of matter, a piece of physics we have not yet discovered. Hiding in the numbers, the universe is expanding faster than it should, and no one knows why. 5 mysteries. Not myths, not fringe theories, but open questions at the frontier of real science. Each one a door we have not yet been able to open. And perhaps that is the most beautiful thing about the universe, that after everything we have learned, it still keeps its greatest secrets just out of reach. But some of these doors are beginning to crack open, because our newest telescope, the one built to answer these questions, has been finding things it was never supposed to see, things that, by our own rules, should not exist. That is the next story. Subscribe, and I'll show you what James Webb found.